Hi, in today's video I'm going to show you how you too can build your own web browser using Python only. Okay, so this is the browser in question. Let's run it. So as you can see, I'm trying to make it work. Now it is working, and this thing is like Google, exactly like Google, except for this little description part over here. But we've got links over here, and I think it's very cool that it is possible to build pretty easily your own web browser like that. I will go through the sort of architecture and sort of the logic behind how you too can build this web browser. So here's the code. So first you need to first import all of the packages and all of the functions that will allow you to open the window in Python, and also get all the logic behind the whole browser. So now we initialize the class browser, and then we initialize the window, and then we initialize the links. Obviously when we start it's completely empty. By the way, if here I were to put like a link like google.com or youtube.com, what it would do is it would initialize the window on this link, which I don't want it to do that, because I don't want to go on Google in order to make research, or I don't want to go on Yahoo. I want to choose where I go. And here is setting up the navigation bar with only one function. It's pretty simple. And then just some other stuff, and then we just initialize a ton of stuff, and it's just trivial. Realistically, it's just setting up the page that I want. It's just setting up the whole page. Realistically, it's not very interesting to talk about. Here again, it's more displaying stuff, and this is also for displaying stuff. However, here is the crawled links. I'll go a little bit into depth in what the crawling is about, because it's very interesting. Crawling is literally the only reason why we are able to navigate through the internet, and we don't have to manually type in the links that we want to go on. The crawler is basically the algorithm that allows to fetch all the links on the internet. And here is basically just a function to navigate to a link. Well, it's just trivial. Function here is just, you see the list of links over here. We just, whenever we crawl, I'll explain what it is. We will add the link to this list of link. That's it. All right, and here's just this whole thing where we just show the links that have been stored. Here's just we just initialize the little HTML at the beginning, which is not very complicated. It's just pretty simple, pretty straightforward, just a standard doc type HTML with a simple body and a simple header. Not very much. It's not very complex. And here is just this HTML. We write it into a local file that we decide what it is. And then we have the infamous crawler. It's the most important thing in the world. Basically, what a crawler does is it takes, it's not the actual crawler, but what the crawler does is it takes a link. We give a crawler the link, which in this case is over here, and what happens is it goes into the link, and then for each and then it reads the whole page, and then it takes all the links that it can find in the page, and then it goes into those pages to then find other links, and then it does that for like a lot of time. You can basically have all the links in the entire internet with just this method. You just go on Google, take a Google link, and then you can literally have all the links in the world since the beginning of time, which is it's very interesting how it works. And by the way, you can go read about what a crawler is on Wikipedia. They have a very good explanation on how to do it, and crawlers are very awesome, honestly. And here's just some trivial stuff, nothing too complicated. And here is the actual crawling function. It's basically where it is, like, it's basically what's the most important thing in the world, because if we didn't have like crawling functions, we wouldn't have Google, we wouldn't have Internet Explorer, we wouldn't have Microsoft Edge, nothing, like absolutely nothing. So it's a very good thing that we get to know what a crawler is, and we can replicate that into this function. Basically, it's very useful to know. So I want 100 links to be found, and that's all. I don't, if I try to put like 10,000, the script is just gonna crash, and it's not going to end up very well for my PC. It's very unfortunate and unforgiving. And here we just fetch the HTML. So basically this function is just the function that crawls, you know. This was possible due to the use of ChatGPT. ChatGPT was very useful. It helped me a ton, and it is very useful to have it. And honestly, like all this research about I've had the idea of creating this whole browser after watching a video from a French guy that explained basically how to create a browser, and he basically talked about like the most important part being the crawler, because without the crawler it's basically impossible to have an actual browser. The browser by definition has a crawler, and if you don't, well, you're screwed. So that's why I have made this video. I thought it was pretty cool to be able to, not need the Google or Microsoft Edge. I can go over here and what is this? Google sustainability. Oh, it's very, very interesting. Can go on this. Can go. Why do I have a lot of? Okay. Can go on a lot of links. It's very good. Press the wrong button. I can go on YouTube. I can go on wherever I want to go. Yeah, it's very, 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 very cool to be able to literally replicate what Google gives us, or what Microsoft Edge gives us. It's very, extremely cool, actually. I'm very grateful to the fact that these links are public. Not these links, but this whole knowledge is public. And the fact that I can use like ChatGPT in order to help me, and in order to how do I say this, in order to just really guide me in the right direction. Realistically, it's not the best. No, it's very poorly coded, but no, it is what it is. And that's it. Thanks for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope that I have learned something, and maybe you to run this whole code and see the result for yourself. I'll put a link in the description to this whole code if you want to run it. It's super great, and that's it. Bye.